Hello. Let me know if you are catching this live or if you're watching the replay. Write replay in the comments. Let me know. Welcome to another weekly training. I'm going to give you guys just a second to jump on, but I actually cannot I cannot run over tonight. I have to do something else Scentsy related in an hour from now. So, hey Andrea, welcome. So I know that I put up a poll for you guys to vote about which topic you guys wanted me to cover tonight. Okay, what the heck? I just got the most random reminder on my watch, and all it says is I have the flashlight, and it's like I set that as a reminder to myself, so I have no idea why. Oh, that's cute. Why I have the flashlight. But anyways, so I put up a poll asking if you guys wanted to hear about recruiting, booking parties, or fundraisers. And it was a tie between fundraisers and recruiting. I chose to talk about recruiting for a couple of reasons. One, I have some really good other videos that I can share with you guys that people have done about fundraisers that if you watch, hey Liz, oh, I have lip gloss on my teeth. I'm off to a great start. First, my hair was messed up. Then my watch is being funny, and now I have lip gloss on my teeth. But hey, that's what happens when you're live. So I wanted to talk about recruiting because this is truly the best month to be recruiting. And there's always a reason every single month why that month is the best month. And that's the truth. Like there really is some good reason to join every single month. But I want to talk more to people who are looking to build their team wider, meaning recruit more frontline consultants, or people who want to start recruiting, or people who may not even realize why they should recruit or what that means for them and how important that is and why it's important for everybody to at least consider it and to think about building a team with Scentsy. I'll share the fundraiser stuff with you guys after, but I do want to jump right into recruiting because I do have a hard stop in an hour and I want to have a little bit of time in between. Hey ladies, welcome. I am just jumping in. Everybody who jumps in late will have to catch the replay. But I am talking all about recruiting, like recruiting 101 here. So I'm going to jump right in. And the first thing that I want to say about recruiting is that it's a part of the game, it's a part of the business, and it's a conscious decision, just like everything else that we've talked about in the last couple of weeks or everything else that I've kind of talked about and you guys have chimed in on. It's a conscious decision. Like you have to actively be thinking about Scentsy. You need to actively be keeping your eyes and ears open for new team members, for hostesses to flip, and I'll get into the what's and the hows and the this and the that after. But the big thing that I want everybody to remember is that just like anything else that you do in your business, anything else that you do in your life, hey Liza, you are in control of what happens and what you do and do not do. So for example, last week I quoted Rachel Hollis and I said, you can't be good at something that you don't do. So I think a lot of people have the tendency to say, I'm not good at recruiting. But what they're really saying is, I don't try to recruit anyone. Okay, so do you guys see the difference there? There's a big difference between being bad at it and simply not trying. And the more you try and the more people you talk to and the more people you ask and the more people that you share it with, all of a sudden you're going to find, hey, I'm actually not so bad at it because I put effort into it. Okay. So the more you try, the better you get. And it's simply a numbers game. And that is like the biggest piece to understanding recruiting. It would be if I had stopped recruiting the first 15 people who told me they weren't interested, I would not have the team that I have today. If I would have stopped after 25 people who have told me no, I mean, I could probably list more people who have told me no than have told me yes. But here's something really, really, really crucial that I want everybody to understand. Your entire life, your entire business, your entire everything could change because of 4 people. 4 people, okay? Now, if you talk to top leaders in this company, in Scentsy, and I have talked to a lot of them over the years, okay? You talk to top leaders. You interview Becca Levi. You interview Becca Levi's sponsor, Rick and Dorothy Thurman. You interview Scott and Alexandra Wickfrey, Scott Watson and Alexandra. You interview Nicole Furland. She's the first Circle of Excellence earner. She was the first $1 million earner with Scentsy. You talk to all these people, and you are going to find one common thread, that 80% of their entire income, and you're talking people that are earning $500,000 a year, $1 million a year, $250,000 a year with Scentsy. You talk to these people and they will tell you that 80+% of their income boils down to 4 people. Now, your job is to invite so many people into your team that you become a top earner because of your 4 people. Now, no one ever becomes rich off the first 4 people. Maybe if you're really, really lucky, and the first 4 people you recruit and you never recruit another soul in your whole entire life, which that would never happen, but maybe you'll get lucky enough that those are the 4 that change your business, but probably not. Okay, so chances are that you need to talk to 100 people a year, or 50 people a year, or 25 people a year. You know, you guys need to, and when I say you, I mean we, like I do this too, but we need to constantly be talking to people about joining the business, because you never know when you're going to meet one of your top 4 income producers. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Give me some like action on the screen so I know that it's actually working. Okay, so who gets recruits? Okay, so there is usually a strong correlation between consultants who are doing income producing activities, consultants who are doing parties, consultants who are doing follow-up, consultants who are doing events. So those are typically the people that are working are going to be the ones that get the recruits. And if you guys are watching this video, you're already working. Like, you are doing training right now, which is amazing. Like, this is exactly what you guys should be doing. So kudos to you. And that means that you guys are in line to get recruits. And now here's what I want you guys to understand. Why you want to do this. Now, I know that when you're new to Scentsy, one of the first things you can be thinking is, oh my gosh, I can barely take care of myself. I need to figure all of this out. I need to book my own parties. I can't even think about managing a team member or trying to get them up and running. And here's what I want you guys to know. Now is the time. It does not matter if you signed up yesterday or if you signed up 8 years ago. Now is the time to recruit, because every day that you don't ask those people to join, you are risking the fact that someone else could recruit them tomorrow. And that has happened to me more times than I would like to admit. I cannot tell you how many times, and this happens to a lot of people, but I cannot tell you how many times I have thought about asking someone to join, known that they would be good on my team, known that they would be a rock star, been afraid to ask, and then they show up on someone else's team. They walk into the team meeting and I'm like, I knew it. I knew that girl would make a good consultant, and I didn't ask her. Or worse, you see them posted on Facebook, hey, I just joined Scentsy, I'm so excited, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, oh no. Or even worse than that is when you see a rock star and you don't ask, or you're afraid to ask, and then they go join another company. Because that's like, I think that's the worst, because then you're like, oh my gosh, not only did she join, but she joined the wrong company. And I say the wrong because obviously we we believe that Scentsy is the best. So it doesn't matter where you are. And why does it not matter if you're new or seasoned? It doesn't matter because you have all the support you need. You have your sponsor who can help you. You have me, your director, star director, who can help you. You have superstar directors who can help you. You have all of these chat pages on Facebook. You have the workstation. The bare minimum that you guys have to do to entertain a new recruit is answer the questions that they ask you and kind of guide them in the right direction, okay? There's nothing about leading a team that says that you have to go live every Monday night on some team Facebook page like I'm doing right now. That is not a requirement. You have to support your downline and help guide them in the right direction, share information, and by adding them to our team page, that is enough because I will usually do all of that stuff for you. So don't be afraid. Jump right in. Don't be afraid. So why would you want to build a team? Well, the number one reason that always comes to my mind is more income. So if you really want to make decent money in this company, you'll want to build a team. You can build it slowly, but you want to build it surely if you want to make a decent, long-standing income with Scentsy. And if you haven't read the book Beach Money by Jordan Adler, I highly recommend it. You can go grab it on Amazon. But Jordan's book is basically about earning beach money, which means you can be sitting on the beach and you're earning residual income while you're sitting on the beach because you have a team who is out working their business, doing parties, entering orders, doing their follow-up. So you're literally might be on vacation and you're making money and your paycheck still shows up on the 10th. And I'd have to do the math, but I would guess that a lot of directors and above, 60 to 70% of their, if not more, of their income comes from their team and not their personal sales, okay? So income would be a huge, sorry, I just got let me mute my volume. Income would be a huge reason to join. Another reason to start sponsoring is you have a better chance of earning incentive trips. And if you like to travel, the world is your oyster with Scentsy. They will take you everywhere you could ever imagine. I actually tried to make a list the other day, and I stopped at 22 places that I've been because of Scentsy. 22 places across the US, Mexico, Europe, and is there any other countries? Costa Rica. So that's pretty cool. And I believe it's actually impossible to earn an incentive trip if you are not sponsoring new consultants. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that's right. If you are looking to earn the current incentive trip that just started, so you still have a really good chance of earning it, go to your workstation and look up the 2018 or 2019 incentive trip. That's a whole nother topic. Promotions. So it's always fun to promote, to make more money and to get promoted and reach a new title. And some people are title driven. So that is another good reason to sponsor. Selena, I see your question, and I will send you a video about the compensation plan that kind of breaks it down. I'll actually post it on the page so that everybody can see it. But there is a really good video. It's a little bit long. I think it's like 12 minutes long, but it really walks you through the Scentsy compensation plan, how much you can earn from team members, and what that really looks like financially. Okay, so another good reason to recruit, you're changing lives and you're getting fulfillment from helping them develop into their own Scentsy rockstar, right? So like not recruiting is almost like deprivation. So imagine okay, think about this right now. Think about your sponsor. Think about how sad your life would be if you hadn't joined. Think about what a blessing Scentsy is to your life. Now imagine making the conscious decision to not share that opportunity with other people, to keep it all to yourself, to be selfishly happy as a Scentsy consultant and say, I'm not willing to share this with other people, even though I'm having a blast. It's so much fun. I love the products. I'm earning incentive trips. I'm going here. I'm going to reunion. I'm going to world tour. I'm meeting new friends. I'm getting out of the house. I'm doing all these amazing things. And you could do it with me, but I'm not going to share that with you. I'm going to just keep doing it all by myself. So look at it that way. Like literally the day that you look at recruiting, sponsoring as a gift instead of something you're trying to force on someone is the day everything changes. That's the day you stop feeling like you are selling them something, and the day that you start offering them the inspiration they get from you to start their own business is the day everything changes. And it's up to you to kind of navigate that and figure out exactly what that looks like for you and just go out and do it. That's my best advice. And then I think I already mentioned this, but friendships. I mean, when I'm having a bad day, I have like my closest girlfriends, and some of them are my Scentsy are people I met through Scentsy. Like when something good happens or something bad happens and you want to text all your friends and tell them, I have like a circle of friends, and probably 2 or 3 of them are because of Scentsy. And I just think that is so powerful. And if you have not started making new friends because of Scentsy, I can't wait for that to happen, because you will meet amazing people on this journey. You might even have just online friendships, or you meet them through YouTube, or you follow them on Facebook, or whatever it might be. There's so many amazing people in this company for you to find, to be inspired by, and to become friends with. Now, a lot of people don't want to recruit, like I mentioned, because they're afraid. And I mentioned how we have a full support staff. Fear is, no, I'm not going to talk about that right now. I'm going to jump down to who your best sponsors are. No, I'm just kidding. I am actually going, I wrote if you could see my notes, it's because I've like jumped all over the place. So I'm trying to follow along, but they're not in a linear path. So I have to go over that page and talk about that. Okay, so I talked about the fact how devastating it might be if somebody joined another company besides Scentsy. So one thing that might be an advantage to you guys is to understand not only how fun and how amazing Scentsy can be, but why it truly is the best direct sales company for someone to join, because that's important. Now, the number one thing when anybody says to me or approaches me or says, oh, I've been thinking about joining Scentsy or X, or I've been thinking about joining X, the first and foremost thing that I say is, what do you love? What do you love? Like, what really gets you excited? Which products are you so passionate about that you just can't live without them? You want everybody to have them, and you're really strongly passionate about it, okay? So if you are meant to be a weight loss coach and just exercising and eating right and inspiring people to hit their weight loss goals, if that's you, then maybe you should join a different company. Or if your passion is fingernails or cooking or whatever, if that's where your true passion lies, then by all means, that could be the right company. But here are the reasons why Scentsy is a very smart business decision for anyone, okay? First of all, it's a consumable product. So if you're selling a product and people have no reason to come back to you to buy more, that's a negative. That's a big negative, because so much of our business relies on repeat customers, follow-up, multiple parties per year. And I use this example because it's the first one that always comes to mind, but I can buy a really nice wooden spoon from you tomorrow, and it might cost me $40 to buy this wooden spoon, and you might make X percentage off of it, but in 15 years, I'm still using the same wooden spoon. Or it might be a necklace. Like I might buy a really pretty necklace from you, but in 2 months, I'm still wearing the same necklace. Scentsy is consumable. Consumers are constantly going through the product. They're constantly using their wax. They're burning out their light bulbs. They are updating their decor. They are using the laundry products, the body wash, the hand soap. Every single thing that we sell goes away, except for the warmers if they keep them forever and ever. But even that, a lot of people, like I said, update their decor, change out their warmers, one breaks, whatever, life happens, right? Car fresheners, everything we sell, they need to replenish later. That is a huge income producing advantage to selling Scentsy. Next, everybody can use it. Everybody loves it. We have a kids line. We are safe in homes, like we are safe in dorms. We are safe. You can use Scentsy Go. You can use it in the car. You can use it if you're old, if you're young. We have men products. We have women products. There is not a demographic who doesn't do laundry, who doesn't wash their body, who doesn't, I could go on and on, but name a person in your family that wouldn't buy Scentsy, like unless you absolutely despise fragrance, then maybe it's probably not for you. We have the strongest compensation plan in the direct sales industry. I'm not going to go into the compensation plan, but we pay directors deep. A lot of companies don't. And when you start building a team, paying directors deep is life-changing to your income, okay? Another fun statistic is people will spend more money on a product if everybody in the household benefits from it. Okay, so if a woman, for an example, if a woman goes to a Scentsy party and she sees a Scentsy warmer that she loves and some scents, she can justify mentally purchasing that package because everybody in the home is going to enjoy the fragrances, and all the guests that come over are going to smell how great her house is. And she's going to buy one scent that little Johnny likes, and one scent that little Susie likes, and one masculine scent for her husband. And she can leave that party feeling like she bought a gift for her whole entire home. Whereas if it's makeup, if it's skincare, it becomes, and I don't like to use this word loosely, but it becomes more of a selfish purchase. When I buy expensive skincare, no one else better touch my expensive skincare because I paid a lot of money for it. So no one else is allowed to use it, or my makeup. Like no one's putting my makeup on. No one's going to wear my jewelry, and cooking supplies is going to go in the kitchen, and whoever does the cooking that's the only person who really gets to benefit from the thing. And these are just reasons. These are the reasons why I can say, these are the reasons you can use. And I hope you're writing this stuff down and not just like wondering what I'm babbling about. But the things that I'm telling you right now are the things that you keep in your head for when you're having those conversations. So when your best friend comes to you and says, I'm thinking about signing up for Unique because I want to sell makeup, you can start saying, okay, well, what's your audience? Who's going to buy that? How often are people going to buy from you? Are they likely to be repeat customers? Are they going to buy from you once, but then they're just going to go back to buying their mascara at Sephora, or, whatever it is. We really don't have competition. That's the other thing. The warmers and the wax at Walmart are junk. And I say that with so much enthusiasm. They're junk, and it's the closest thing we have to a competitor. So we have got the market cornered. We are also a very safe product. We take flames out of people's homes and we replace them with wickless, sootless, smokeless candle warmers that can be left on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that's amazing. We're always growing. So they say that one day Scentsy will have 2 million consultants. 2 million, and we have less than 100,000 still. So we got a ways to go, and every year we're just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. All right, I got to pick up the pace. So I talked about why build a team. I talked about why choose Scentsy. So if you're talking to people who are thinking about joining, those are the reasons for them to choose this company. Now I want to talk about who. So who are your best recruits? Now, I have to say that many of my recruits, many of my parties started out as friends and family, and you have to grow your circle from the beginning. So in the beginning, we reach out to our friends and family, we have a launch party, they all book parties. If you let it die at the friend and family level and you think you can build an entire business by constant follow-up with your friends and family, you're probably wrong. Unless your family has millions and millions of dollars and all they want to do is support you, you're probably wrong. Now, the plus side to that is to understand that you don't need your friends and family. So I have 5 home parties this month. And the one this Saturday, she found me on Facebook. I'd never met her before. Who's my other one? The other one was a referral from someone that said, hey, she said, I want to have a party. And this person said, hey, call Emily Bain. She does it. So she was a referral. I never knew her before. The other one is a girl named Sarah. She lives in Westbrook. She found me through a friend of a friend from an online Facebook party. So that was a friend who had a Facebook party and she went to it and now she has started booking her own parties with me. And the last one is another one from that group that was a referral. So, and I think I forgot one, but it was a referral from my best friend's party. So you get what I'm saying? It's not going to look in 10 years like it looks today. In 10 years, you're going to be like, how did I even meet you? Like I get myself, like I'll have people on my team and I talk to them all the time and I love them and we've become friends and we chit chat, we go back and forth. But then all of a sudden I'm like, how do I even know this person? Like, where did she come from? Because I didn't recruit her, or I don't, like sometimes sponsors drop off and they roll up to me and I'm like, oh, she's my frontline. Like, oh, that's so cool. But how do I know her? And it's the same thing with parties. Like I have found myself at parties and I'm like down in Massachusetts and I'm like, how did I end up down here? Like, how did I end up down in Massachusetts? Like, where did this snowball start? And I can trace it back and I'd be like, oh, you booked a party from so-and-so who booked a party from so-and-so who booked a party from so-and-so. And it, like you trace it back, but then all of a sudden you're like, holy cow, my whole business are all new people that I never even knew the day I joined Scentsy. And then you work to recruit them like I did when I was always driving down to Massachusetts. Finally, I go, oh my gosh, you guys, can someone else please just sign up and start making this money so I can stop driving down to Massachusetts every other weekend? So, just know that if you keep expanding your circle and you keep growing and like filling the pipeline, so at every party you want to book one more party so that you can keep your pipeline full, keep growing more parties and get more recruits. I hope that makes sense. Your best. So that's where I was going. Who are your best recruits? Start with your friends and family. If you have not had a serious conversation with your best friends or your closest family members where you've said, you know, I have to tell you, I think you'd be really good at Scentsy and I really think you'd enjoy it and I really think we'd enjoy doing it together. If you have not had that conversation with them yet, what are you waiting for? Jump in, just have the conversation and be genuine. It's so hot in here. Once again, I'll be ready like for fall, honest to God. So, if you haven't started having those conversations or maybe it hasn't even crossed your mind, like start having those conversations now and say, I am loving Scentsy. Like I had my first party or I have been doing this for 3 years and I don't know why I haven't asked you yet. Or, you know, oh, you just popped into my mind. Like there's so many reasons to reach out to someone, so many ways to reach out to someone. And the more personal, the better. It's always going to be one-on-one. There's no mass. I talked about it last week. Anything mass, any mass marketing, mass this, mass that. Who wants to join my Scentsy team today? It doesn't work. Oh.
A serious conversation with your best friend or your closest family members where you said, you know, I have to tell you, I think it'd be really good at 17.
Oh my gosh. What just happened? I think my watch is possessed. Okay. So, let's see. The next outside of your friends and family and your coworkers are your hostesses and your customers. Your best hostesses make your best team members. Your best customers make your best team members. If it's a really good customer, say, hey, you can keep buying from me and I'll keep making money on you, or you could sign up and support your own habit and get the discount and be your own Scentsy consultant. Or you could sell to your friends and family. And then if you have a really good hostess, you need to be like, you're one of my best hostesses. Have you ever thought about joining? Because I think you'd be really, really good at it. And then she might be like, why? And be like, well, you know, you always have high party sales. I'm making really good commission at your parties. You're organized. You have a lot of friends and family who love the product. And I just really think you'd be good at it. And I think it's something you need to think about and just plant seeds. It doesn't need to be like in their face, but it needs to be like, you know, straightforward. Like, I really think you would be good at this, and I really want you to give it some thought. That's how I've gotten most of my recruits. I can honestly say that in 10 years, I've had very few hostesses who have not signed up. Like, I usually recruit a good 90% of my hostesses. Many of you on this page were probably my hostess at one point. It's very unlikely for like Selena's of the world to come along and just randomly contact me out of the blue on Facebook and be like, hey, I want to join your team, which I love. That's like the easiest, best recruit ever. But because it just falls on your lap, or the way Andrea fell into Tracy's lap or whatever. But those are great. But the reality is that most of the time you have to work for them and you have to put in the effort. What I think our friend Tracy, who's not on this training right now, is texting me, and she means to be texting someone else. I don't really know what's happening. But she has a way of texting me during my training to throw me off track. I'm gonna have to give her a hard time later. Okay, so speaking of customers and hostesses, it is a very common fear to have the mentality that if you get a recruit, you will be losing one of your best customers or hostesses. That is a myth. It is the furthest thing from the truth. If you have a great customer or a great hostess, you are 10 times luckier if they become your best consultant. It is always best to spread the wealth. So here, look at it this way. Imagine you're doing 5 home parties for her and her friends, and you're like, wow, I'm getting all the sales, I'm doing all these parties, but you could be going and doing 5 parties for someone else while she is still doing those same parties. That's residual income. You go off and you start finding a new circle to do parties with while she's over here on your team doing those same 5 parties, and you're doing nothing. You're not doing the work. You might be assisting her or answering questions or going to her launch party, but for the most part, she's off making her own money. It's making you money, and you're still off making your own money with a new group of people. That's the basis of building a team. That's the basis of residual income. That's the basis of earning a decent income through sponsoring and recruiting. Okay, I need a drink of water. Moving on. It's always best to have a recruit than it is to have a host or a customer. What do recruiting conversations sound like? Well, I already kind of spoiled that with some of the examples I just gave, but recruiting conversations should feel like inspiration and not inspiration. If you're doing all of the talking, if you're spewing stats and reasons and arguments and this and that at people, they're going to be instantly turned off and you might lose them, okay? You want to be creating inspiration. You want to be like, I'm having so much fun and I would love for you to do this with me. I am loving my extra Scentsy income and I would love for you to have extra Scentsy income. If you feel like you're convincing someone to join, stop, because you are, and it won't work. You have to create an environment that makes them want to be a part of what you're a part of. And if you're not working your business and you're not passionate, then they can sense that. But when you just have natural enthusiasm and natural excitement and you just love what you're doing, people will naturally be attracted to that. They'll want to come towards the light and they'll say, wow, she's having so much fun doing this. I want to be a part of this too. Okay. I just said, let your passion show. Share your accomplishments with people. Let your friends know that you earned the incentive trip. Let your friends know that you promoted and you got a raise. Let your friends know that you are making new friends with Scentsy. So Share all the reasons why you love it and ask them questions like, what would you do with an extra $500-600 a month? Just out of curiosity. Like if you could earn $600 a month doing a few home parties during the week, what would you do with that money? Or did I tell you that my first check was X? Like, I can't even believe it, you know? Stories like that people are just like, what? Really? Like, oh my gosh. And shine the light on why they want to be a part of it. Compliment them. So giving people genuine compliments, like, I know you would be so good at this, or I dream about having people like you on my team, or people must tell you all the time that you should do direct sales because you're clearly have a knack for it because you just had a $1,000 party or a $500 party. Luna, stop it. I hope you guys can't hear her crying. I always say, set a goal for recruiting. Make a list of people that might be good. I did actually, I'll post this on the page, but I do have a list of things to keep your ears open for at parties. Like, pay attention. When you're setting up your home party, listen to the conversations that are going on around you. Listen at work to the conversations going around you. If you hear someone say, oh, we're trying to save money for the wedding, or, you know, oh, we're trying to pay down our credit card debt, or whatever, those are key indicators. And then after you say, hey, I heard you say that you were working on paying down some credit card debt. Would you be interested in hearing about Scentsy? Because I know a lot of people who have paid off their credit card debt through Scentsy and doing Scentsy parties and earning extra income that way. Or, hey, I know you guys have the wedding coming up. Have you ever thought about making some extra money with Scentsy and stashing that aside to help pay for it? Listen to people who want to help their spouse retire. Listen to people who are looking for part-time jobs, or people who want to spend more time with their babies or their family, or they want to work from home. Look for people who are enthusiastic, people who are competitive, people who are ambitious. Those are the people that you want on your team. You want the people that are like, I'm the busiest person alive, and sure, bring on one more thing. I'm ready to take it on. Or you want the people that are like, yeah, let's light the world on fire. Like, let's do it. Like, you know, at the same time, you might have people, some of my best consultants on my team are really shy and reserved. It takes all kinds to make the Scentsy world, but you have to constantly be listening and have your recruiting ears and eyes on to pick up on those indicators so that you know a good recruit when you see it and you can start that conversation. Okay, I said compliment them. Make a list of people, start a list, and just make it a point to reach out to them personally, one-on-one, and start talking to them about the Scentsy business. I always say, start by building 5 frontline new consultants. Go out and try to get yourself 5. Once you get to 5, try to get to 10. Once you get to 10, try to get to 15. And be teaching them to do the same thing. Show them this video, show them other trainings. Objections. You're going to get objections. You're going to hear the word no. What you're also going to hear a lot of people are never going to tell you no. And as far as everybody's concerned in the Scentsy world, unless you hear the words no, you never stop following up. On average, it takes someone 8 times of being asked before they actually say yes and join. 8 times. If Jen Audette would have stopped asking me after the first, second, and third time she asked me to join her team, I might not be sitting here today. But Jen followed up with me regularly. She constantly checked in to see if I would have a party for her. And she just actively and consistently checked in and said, I'm still thinking about you. I still think you'd be really good at this. I still really think you'd enjoy this. And eventually I said, you know what? She's right. I want a new car. I'm jumping in and I'm going to get what I want out of this business. So you will get objections. I believe that objections are fear leaving the body. So a lot of the times the objection you get is not even the reason why they're not joining. A lot of the times they buckle, they're afraid, they're nervous, they don't believe in themselves enough to think that they can do it. So instead they come up with excuses. And it's really just their own insecurities or fears that are stopping them from taking the leap. So then use those objections and those fears to work them through why they could still do it even though they have those issues, okay? So an example would be time. So someone might say to you, oh, I so would, but I just don't have enough time. And then you just say, okay, well, what do you do with your time? what do you do with your time? Are you like, busy people make the best Scentsy consultants. So what do you do with your time? And then they might be like, well, I work a full-time job and I'm captain of my whatever, and I'm in the PTA and I coach my son's soccer team and this and that. And you could be like, do you realize that everything you just listed puts you in contact with way more people than I'm in contact with on a daily basis? And that means that you could make a lot of money by implementing Scentsy into everything you just mentioned. You could do fundraisers for your son's soccer team and make money and earn incentive trips. You can book parties with your coworkers and bring catalogs and testers to work and get orders. You guys get the point. Use their objections to fuel the conversation. Don't use their objections to go, oh, okay, sorry, didn't mean to bother you, and never check in with them again. Busy people make the best consultants. I've always said that. Like, people who are not afraid to take on more make really, really good consultants. And all of you watching are a perfect example of that. I'm sure you're all very busy, as we all are. A lot of people will say, oh no, there's too many consultants in my area. And what I say to that is, yes, there might be consultants in your area because we're all smart, so we know which opportunity to jump on. And B, I would say, of those consultants in your area, how many of them do you know that are actively working the business? Because the people who actively work the business are going to have the most results. And if you jump in now, you can actively work the business. And there's actually a lot of customers out there who are missing their consultants because they either go inactive or they don't work and they don't do follow-up. Okay, so here's your assignment for the next meeting, the next week. I want you guys to make a list of 50 people and reach out to them personally about joining your team. 50. And I want you to check them off as you go. And some of them you might have already talked to before, and that's okay. You're going to do it again. And you guys are going to PM me your list, and then you're going to tell me once you've done it. You guys have 1 week to send a text, a private message, have a phone call, or meet in person with 50 people. And it can be as simple as a private message on Facebook that says, hey, I'm sure you saw, but I just started selling Scentsy and I thought of you. I'm looking for hostesses who want to earn free product, or people who would like to start earning income. There's 4 paychecks before Christmas, so it's a great way to earn extra holiday cash and pay for your Christmas shopping. And then this is why I know we can do it with 50 people, because of the $49 join promotion. And I'm going to close on that. And I'm going to close by talking about the 3 types of kits that we have right now to offer to new consultants and reinstating consultants. So, reinstatements are so important too, guys. If you guys know people that you can bring back to the business, they might have left because something came up in their life and life got too hectic, and they can come back and be just as much of a rock star as they were the first time, or they could come back. They could have done nothing the first time and they could come back and be your next one of 4 people, one of your first frontline directors. You never know. So bringing reinstatements back is really important to think about too as you expand your recruiting radar. So right now we have 3 kits. We have our regular $99 kit. If you ever want to see the kits and what they look like and what's in them, go to your PWS, which is your personal website. Go to your website, click join, and then click join again, and it will list out, it starts the enrollment process, and that's where you can see all the kits that are available and what's included in the kits. Just a little tip, if you didn't know that, that's where I always go to get my images and to get my list of contents for the kits. So we have our regular $99 kit. We have our $49 kit for the month of this month only. It ends at the end of this month, September, and it's $49. It's a abbreviated kit size. It has less contents, but it's a great kit for people who already might have a bunch of warmers or a bunch of products and they just want to get started. It's also really good for people that might be on a tight budget, but they know they want to sell Scentsy. And then we have the $59 kit. Now the $59 kit is the flip kit. Now when you flip, so if you do a party and the hostess wants to sign up, she can use her free credit reward from her party to put towards the $59 join kit. And that is actually a 3rd kit that is different from the $99 kit and the $49 kit. It's the $59 kit. The $59 kit is the same one that reinstatements can get optionally for $59 when they reinstate. So if you are a hostess and you have you do a $200 party and you earn $20 in free product, you can apply the $20 towards the $59 kit and you can join Scentsy for $39. I hope that makes sense. Reach out to me after if it doesn't. Just comment in the comments and I'll reach out to you and let you know. So those are the reasons why, you guys, getting a $49 join special in September is life-changing. So go have those conversations. Make it all about recruiting. You will not be sorry. It will grow your check. Remember, your assignment is to make a list and to reach out to 50 people personally and individually and let me know how it goes. And hopefully you can use some of the ideas I gave you in this video to get that going. I hope, let me see if there's any questions. Let's see. Hello, Allison training page. Yes. Oh, Jamie, thank you, because I knew Allison did one, but I didn't want to say it because I wasn't 100% sure. So I'm going to go find that video and I will send that to Selena and anybody else who wants it. Allison's training page. Okay. Trisha, you are my blessing. I don't know what I would do without you. I just sold a plugin at an event that I didn't attend. I thought it said I didn't attend, to make sales to a young guy, mid to late 20s, works for Liberty Mutual. One of the people. Oh, that is so amazing. Good. Awesome. All right. Yay, Katie's on. I'm just reading through. I was her toughest recruit. Yes, Tracy, you were near impossible. Let's see. What did Tracy do to me? Well, for 8 years, she ignored me when I told her that she should join. And then she joined because she wanted the diffuser. Last August, we had a diffuser special. I'm going to get company, so I'm going to jump off. But yes, you guys are all my blessings. Every single one of you, if you're watching this, I truly mean that. Shoot, I didn't send last week's stuff to you yet. That's okay. Send it along. Like I said, no pressure on any of this stuff. The reward is what you get out of doing it, not any sort of reward for sending it to me. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry if I wasn't clear. You guys don't have to send that. Actually, I think I did tell you to send that to me. What was the assignment? Hang on, let me look. It was, what is your financial goal with Scentsy? What are you doing to make your business die? What are you doing to make your business grow? And what 3 income producing activities are you focusing on that this week? So I think you were supposed to send me the last one. I think you were supposed to send me which 3 income producing activities you were going to focus on this week. And now you can send that to me, or you can just tell me you're focusing on your list of 50 new recruits that you're going to reach out to in the next 7 days. So that's that. If anybody has any questions, Selena, will we see you at the meeting on the 10th? I'm assuming you're talking to me, but if you're not, yes, I will be at the meeting on the 10th. Usually the meeting is conducted by myself and Jen Audette, our superstar director. And oftentimes other directors join in and help us plan the meeting as well. Lisa Hart out of Wyndham and Linda and Mike Tardif often help out as well. So yes, you will definitely see me at the 10th. I am usually up front helping run a good portion of it, but I cannot wait to see you again. I don't think I've seen you since high school. So I'm excited to see you guys next Monday. And if you're not live and in person at the meeting, then hopefully you will join us live on the Positive Chat page, because next Monday night I will not be going live on this page. I will be at the meeting, and that will be your project for the night, is to watch the team meeting instead. So have a great night. Good luck with all your recruiting conversations. I totally believe that every single one of you has the power. You just have to make up your mind to do it and go for it. And don't let anything get in your way. Don't let your own fears or your own self-doubt stop you from changing other people's lives and bringing the Scentsy opportunity to them. So go grow your teams, and I will see you guys around on the page.